So, when we started this podcast 2 years ago, in what at the time was a very specific niche within a niche, I never imagined that these words would be coming out of my mouth. But I'm delighted to say, Paris Hilton, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. So excited to be here.
We know you as Paris Hilton, the businesswoman, the model, the influencer. How did you find your way into the wonderful world of non-fungible tokens?
Well, a lot of people don't know this, but I'm actually a huge student of the game. So after I did my first NFT with Cryptograph back in March of 2020, that's when I just realized there was something really fascinating about NFTs. And I started researching, going on Clubhouse into NFT rooms, going on Twitter, reading articles. And then I was searching what are the best podcasts on it. And then I stumbled upon you guys.
Oh, that's amazing. So you've heard us before. That's very cool.
Yes. I love the show. So you guys are killing it.
Oh, well, thank you. So yeah, Cryptograph, that was a year ago now, and that was featuring your kitty.
Yes. Munchkin, my little Munchkin cat.
That was fantastic. And that was, I think that was a big surprise to everyone at the time because, it was like, wow, Paris Hilton's made a NFT, like what's happening? Because, the space was... It's been like a snowball that's suddenly accelerated, and ever since then it's been just crazy.
I know, it's just amazing how much it's blown up, especially within the past few months. Like, I don't think anyone predicted that it would accelerate at the rate it did.
Was there a point where it clicked with you when you suddenly realized that the sort of scope of NFTs and where it could lead to?
I immediately, just when I started researching and looking into it, was just fascinated by it. And I just felt like the possibilities are really endless. And everything is going digital, so why not art? And I've always loved digital art. I've always been a fan of it. And now just to see all these incredible artists, and I love how it really gives the power back to the creators. So it's just very exciting. And I really see this as the future of art.
You had a previous history in cryptocurrency, though, didn't you? I mean, you've probably been involved with Bitcoin and Ethereum from earlier. To tell us a little bit about that.
Well, as Twitter unearthed, I actually had dinner with the founders of Ethereum back in 2016, and then we were in Ibiza together. They came to watch me DJ, and we became friends. So after they told me about Ethereum, that's when I got really interested in cryptocurrency. And that's when I actually invested into crypto, Ethereum, Bitcoin, and other digital currencies because I just saw that as the future of currencies.
Wow, that's going quite a way back.
Yeah, that's proper OG, that is.
Yeah, I've always been an OG in a lot of areas of my life, but this is the one I'm most proud of.
Oh, so you know the Ethereum guys. That's very cool.
Yeah, they're awesome.
So you've got many branches of sort of expertise, in business and fashion and as an influencer and artist. Do you see all of these branches tying into NFTs or is there just a few? And do they tie in different ways?
Honestly, that's one of the things I love about NFTs because it ties into so many areas I'm involved in. Everything from music to art to fashion, pop culture. So that's why I'm really excited about my first drop, which is with art. And it's a collaboration between myself and Blake Catherine and Nifty Gateway. And this is the first of many projects I'm doing. So I'm excited that I get to play in so many verticals of what I do.
Awesome. Yeah. Tell us about your drop.
Well, I have my drop. It's this weekend, April 17th on Saturday with Blake Catherine. She is just incredible. I've been a fan of her for many years. So I was so excited when we got together and started collaborating. It's literally a match made in heaven. And it's just been so much fun. I'm very hands-on. So I made my mood boards and then we've just been going back and forth and coming up with the concepts and designs. And she's LA based as well. So she's came over to the house and we've been doing it face to face. And now last night, I just finally saw the final edits of everything and the pieces are just stunning, iconic, beautiful, and I'm really excited for everyone to see them this weekend on Saturday.
Awesome. Yeah, Blake's work is fantastic. So you've actually been able to get together and make this face-to-face in person. That's a rare luxury these days.
I know. So I'm just so happy to work with her, and I really wanted to lean in on female empowerment, especially for my first drop. So that was really important to me to work with a female artist because I just love supporting women in the space, and there should be more of them.
There should be, yes. There's definitely been a bit of an asymmetry there, but it seems like it's heading in the right direction. So can you give us any more details on the drop? What's that going to look like and what can we expect?
Yes, there's going to be open editions as well as one-of-ones. And I don't want to give too much, but it's basically every single piece is a part of me and a part of my story. And some of them are very emotional. Art has been always something that's been very healing to me. As a teenager and throughout my life, I've been through a lot of traumatic experiences, and art is something that has really helped me. So when we were doing these pieces, I really wanted to put my story in there and just have them be personal so that when my fans or anyone who gets these pieces, they really have a piece of me.
It's so exciting to have this sort of new canvas really for everyone to play with, this new digital expanse where people can create new stories and actually in many ways, considering what the art world is now and what it could be in the future with this digital art, reach so many more people. And that's really really exciting. What do you think the future of the art world, or even NFTs in general, means for the sort of social influencing world, the world of social media and pushing out your people's stories and who they are?
I think it's just such an exciting time for everyone because art is something that everybody does basically, even if they're not an artist. Art can also be in forms of art, but also in music or in fashion or beauty or sports. So it's really amazing how there's something for everyone. And I've been talking to a lot of my friends because they see that I'm really deep diving into this. And they're like, Paris, you're the expert, you're the OG, I've been doing this for a while. What's your advice? So I've seen a lot of influencers trying to get into the space, but I feel not everybody's doing it for the right reasons. So I think that people really need to go in for the right reasons. And the reason I'm going in is to support artists. I've always prided myself on being an innovator, and I really want to push this to the masses and just really have everyone in the world know about it. So it's just a very exciting time, and I'm going to see a lot of people coming into this space.
I think you have a very strong light, and shining it on the space and the artists that you're looking at and that you're working with in the space is definitely going to bring a lot more attention. And it's great that you're really getting stuck in. You've got stuck in there from the beginning. You're following everyone. Everyone's blowing everyone's minds. They're like, "Oh my God, Paris Hilton's following me."
Yes. I know. I've never been on Twitter this much in my life. Twitter is something I used to barely use. Like I would just maybe repost my Instagrams to there. And now I'm on Twitter like all day, all night, anytime I have free time. I've made so many friends in the community. Everybody is just so kind and warm and fun and brilliant and creative. And it's just incredible how I have this whole new group of friends where I feel like we're all like one big family that really supports each other. And everyone's just really open to me with open arms. And I just feel like, I don't know, I'm home. Because I've always been an undercover nerd. So now I feel like I'm really with my people. And I'm just like having the best time ever.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Twitter is definitely the home of crypto.
Yes.
And so, we all spend a huge amount of time on it. It's also a wonderful tool to see this wonderful NFT space emerge, and people are sharing so much, and there's so much to discover. In terms of NFTs, have you seen something that's caught your eye? Have you collected a few things? Got a few projects that you're a fan of already?
I'm seeing so many things that I love. Like I've been collecting on Nifty Gateway and have just found so many phenomenal pieces. And I'm super excited to have them in my gallery there. But I also am ordering these displays where you can have them in your home, these digital frames, which are really incredible. So I've been really researching and finding the best ones because I love having it in my phone, but I also would love to showcase them on my walls because I just love art. And I love digital art, how it moves and there's music and it's so futuristic. It reminds me of like the Jetsons. I used to be obsessed with that cartoon when I was little. So it's so cool that we're living in a time right now where that's possible. And one of the artists that I'm really loving right now is Pac. I think it's the collaboration with Sotheby's and Nifty Gateway is revolutionary, just to have I don't know, this iconic, mysterious legend, OG. And we became friends and been talking, and it's really cool. And I would be excited to maybe do something in the future together, but who knows?
That would be very interesting. I'd love to see what a Pac Paris Hilton collaboration would look like.
It would be iconic.
Oh, yes, no doubt. So one of the people that you've met in the space is Whale Shark. How did that come about, and how's that been, getting to know him?
We met on Clubhouse one night when I was in an NFT room, and then I started following him on Twitter, and then we were DMing each other, and then we started Zooming with each other, and he's just been an incredible mentor and friend, and I'm just so appreciative of him, of his time and his advice and his knowledge. He is so brilliant and kind and just nice, and he's really helping me lead my way through this journey, and I'm just so appreciative of him and to have him in my life. He's just been amazing.
Yeah, we found that he's been incredibly generous with us, with his time and supporting us and supporting other people in the space as well. I mean, he's a great figure to have, a force for good in the NFT space, I think.
He really is. He's such a leader in the space, and I'm just really proud to say he's my friend. And I had so much fun with him. I had him on my podcast, This is Paris, 2 weeks ago, and everyone was wondering what NFTs were. So I was like, I need to bring on, the OG to come on and talk about this. And all my fans were just blown away because they just learned so much, and it was such an interesting conversation.
That leads actually perfectly into, we have a couple of questions from within the community to you, and I was going to save till the end, but one of them was from Carla McJ, which asked, NFTs can be a little bit daunting to the average person who doesn't interact with the blockchain. What happens when your fans hear about NFTs for the first time? Do you think it's going to be easy to navigate for them?
I've been talking about NFTs so much that all of my fans have been writing me and saying, what are you talking about? Like, what are these? So that's why on parishilton.com this week, I did a whole article about why I love NFTs and describing them, because I think that people really need to describe it in a more digestible way so that everyone, the masses, can understand. And it does sound quite complex when you're describing it at first, but if you actually think about it and describe it in the right way, it's actually quite simple, the whole concept.
Yeah. And I guess Nifty Gateway they make it pretty easy, don't they?
Definitely.
So thinking back to Twitter and how integral it is to the NFT community, do you see that spreading out into platforms such as Instagram, for example?
Definitely. As more people enter the space, I see this being on Instagram, on TikTok, on all of the platforms. I think right now it's just so new to some people. But even myself, a couple days ago, I just started a separate account on Instagram called Paris Hilton NFT. So it's just an account dedicated to my love and my passion for NFTs. So I think that a lot of people are going to be doing that. I think that it's the type of thing that's going to spread everywhere. And Twitter is more kind of like text focused. It's more, it's not as visual. And I think people are going to want to display their work and their art as well on Instagram, especially when people start collecting or when people want just to showcase artists, which was something that I'm doing as well.
There's a wonderful world of NFTs. It's quite a rabbit hole to fall down, and there's lots to discover. And one of the things when you dig a little deeper is you end up in this realm of the metaverse, where there are these virtual worlds where NFTs become a really important part of decorating your space, and people wandering through these metaverses can understand that these are collectibles that people have. There are also the abilities to DJ and have live sets, and what a wonderful way it would be to introduce your fans to the space by perhaps having a metaverse DJing set, something like that. So I think there's so much to potentially explore here, especially with the metaverses.
I'm fascinated with the metaverse and this whole digital world. And also back in 2016, when I was doing my documentary, The American Meme, There's a scene at the end of the film where I actually talk about this whole like VR experience that I created, which was where people could come and watch me DJ live and be in their avatars and party together all around the world. And this was 2016. This was many years ago. So it's crazy to see that an idea that I put in my film and thought of so long ago is actually coming to life. And there's all of these amazing places like Decentraland, which I thought was really cool, that Crypto Una did a whole female art show, and people are, buying lands and they're meeting up. And that's why I just think it's so amazing how NFTs could, your art could be in there. You could, like, Artifact Studios is making like amazing sneakers. You have crypto boaters making these digital cars. And I could just see a world where there's all these, big designers coming in as well and collaborating with artists. Like, I think it'd be so cool to do like a Chanel collab with like Pac, or I don't know, some like really cool artists partnering up with these huge brands, or, developing their own brands. Because when you think about it, in the real world, we like to, wear certain things just to show our style. And now that the world is going more digital, why wouldn't you want to do it in the digital world as well? So it really does make sense when you actually think about it.
Yes, digital wearables going to be a huge industry in the future, I think.
Yeah, huge.
Is that something that you think that you'll head towards?
Definitely. I'm already working on it. I have 19 product lines, so I'm just about to release my 29th fragrance. I make clothes, shoes, sunglasses, handbags, lingerie, swimsuits, basically every type of product you can imagine. And I'm actually working on a world with one of the really big platforms right now. I can't say who yet, but I will come back on the show and let you guys know. But it's an entire world that's going to have all of that.
Fantastic. So is there anyone that you can think of that hasn't come into the space yet that you'd particularly like to see enter? And do you have a sort of something that you have in mind that you'd like to see them create?
I don't really have anyone specific. I think it's just, I want artists who maybe never had the chance before, because, there's all these art galleries and, the traditional art world before, it was just so, they were just so picky with people, and certain people, even they had incredible talents, didn't get the chance to maybe be at Art Basel, or, to be in Larry Gagosian, or, one of these huge art auction houses. So now it's just amazing. I feel that anybody, with a computer and a talent could really rise to the top. It's not really about someone with a big name. It could be anyone. And that's what I love hearing these stories. Just the story of people, I think, is incredible. This guy living in South Carolina and, with his wife and his kids, and all of a sudden he does an auction and sells his piece for $69 million. It's just stories like that are ones that really just make my heart feel so warm and full, just to hear these success stories. And that wouldn't be possible in the traditional art world. It was only possible because of NFTs. And that is incredible.
Yeah, this is the revolution that well, I suppose it started with Bitcoin and that permissionless, be your own bank kind of narrative. And now you're taking away the gatekeepers that stop, it's only the chosen artists that come up to the top. Now, anyone with an internet connection can release their art to the world. It's the big point, isn't it, here? Yes.
Yeah, because it used to always be about either an art gallery or a record label. And, the record label would only promote certain artists. And now that there's no gatekeepers, it just makes it so much more accessible to the creators, the artists, and to the collectors. It's just much less intimidating to actually go, to Nifty Gateway or to Origin Protocol, or just, all of these amazing places right now, Genesis and Sevens. And it's just amazing how now it's accessible to people from all around the world, where you don't have to fly to Miami for Art Basel or Hong Kong. You can actually do it from the comfort of your home.
So do you have any advice that you would give us on how to grow the NonFunGerbils into a media empire?
Well, your first step is having the OG on.
Absolutely.
I'm definitely going to promote this and put you guys out there, because I love just sharing my platform and, shining a light on people that I love and respect. And you guys are awesome. And I love what you're doing. And this is just the beginning. So you guys are going to blow up.
Well, we'll keep doing what we're doing, and hopefully we'll get there.
How did you come up with the name?
I was sat at dinner and we'd been brainstorming names for the podcast for probably 2 months, George and I. And my wife just went, "You should call it NonFunGerbils." And I just had to stop. And I had to call George immediately.
And then we came up with a whole list of gerbil memes, the whole idea, because we definitely wanted to give something away every podcast episode, give an NFT away. And we just needed something to kind of hang everything on. And these little gerbil characters appeared. And the rest the community's done. They come up with all the stories, and we design the art around the winning story, and it's just been a fantastic way to. It's another example of how NFTs can be used to build communities and a following, and they're such a creative tool, really, because we just hand it back into the hands of the crypto Twitter to come up with these amazing pictures, because we certainly couldn't imagine them up, right? These meme gerbils of ours are truly extraordinary. It's a creativity, so it's testament to the power of NFTs for sure.
I love it. I actually used to have pet gerbils because I have always loved rodents. Like, a lot of people don't know that about me. I've always been a huge animal lover, but back when I was little and I was a teenager as well, I had gerbils and rats and mice and ferrets and just all these really cool pets. But the gerbils are really cute. So I thought you guys made up the name because you had pet gerbils too.
No, but it's awesome that you had pet gerbils. In fact, quite a few of the community members have come to us and said, "Yes, I used to have gerbils," and it resonated.
Yeah, they're cool pets. And I like the name because it's fun. It's like a play on non-fungible, non-gerbil. I like it.
I think the NFT space needs to be fun. You can get bogged down quite quickly in the blockchain world with transaction times and all manner of technical jargon, and I think the NFT space is a place where you can be fun and playful and creative, and the name seemed to give off that vibe, so we went with it.
Totally. I love it. I'm all about fun, so it's the perfect space for me.
Well, Paris, we're looking forward to your drop on Saturday. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. It's been great chatting with you.
This was so much fun. I can't wait to come back, and I'm so excited about Saturday and Nifty Gateway. It's going to be sick, and you guys are awesome, so keep killing it on the show, and I can't wait to come back. So I want to say congratulations to Sassy Token. I love your poem. It is so cute, so I'm here to read it today. Elon Gerbil has big dreams. There's more to him than Doge and memes. When he was just a gerbil pup, he decided the best direction was up. Travels tunnels at Mach 5. Might be the smartest gerbil alive. With his laced-up little cyborg brain, he could be anything but mundane. Only eats with a silver spoon. He has no plans to stop at the moon. He showed us how he linked the stars. Now we're heading off to Mars.